Okay, so get this, right? The head of the World Health Organization is caught in Israeli bombing of Yemen airport.
Whoa.
That's our deep dive today.
Wow.
And I don't know about you, but when I first saw this, I was like, what is even going on?
Yeah.
Seriously, right? The WHO, Israeli bombing, Yemen. It's like someone just like threw a dart at a map and was like, yeah, all these things are going to be in the same sentence.
It's a wild combination, yeah.
So help me unpack this. What is happening?
Yeah, well, you're right. I mean, it is a really, really striking convergence of events, isn't it? And I think maybe it speaks to just how interconnected global affairs actually are. You know, you can't really look at what's happening in Yemen without considering all of the other stuff going on, like geopolitics and, all the actors involved, like the WHO and Israel.
Right, yeah, it's like it's not just some random thing happening in a vacuum.
Exactly, yeah.
Well, let's like start with the WHO, right? I mean, they're supposed to be neutral, right? Focused on health and not, caught in the crossfire.
In theory, yeah, that's their mandate, right? To just provide healthcare and address like global health issues. But the reality on the ground, especially in conflict zones, is way more complicated.
Yeah.
Their neutrality is constantly tested as they're trying to deliver aid to those in need and navigate all these complex political landscapes. And this incident really highlights the dangers and challenges that, aid workers face on a daily basis.
I can't help but think about that Doctors Without Borders situation a while back.
Oh, in Afghanistan?
Yeah, where a U.S. airstrike hit one of their hospitals.
Yeah,
It feels kind of similar, like a humanitarian organization just caught in the middle.
it does. Yeah.
So what could this incident mean for, like, the WHO's work in Yemen?
It could definitely have a chilling effect.
Yeah.
For sure. I mean, it raises concerns about like the safety and security of their staff. It could make it even more difficult to operate in areas controlled by various factions, especially if those factions don't trust that the WHO is truly neutral. If that happens, it's going to make it harder and harder to deliver aid effectively.
Right. And it's heartbreaking because it's the people who need it most that end up suffering.
Yeah, exactly.
And then there's the Israeli bombing of a Yemeni airport. It's not something you see every day, is it?
Absolutely not. And it brings us to the larger question of what exactly is Israel's involvement in the region.
Oh.
A lot of people see the conflict in Yemen as like a proxy war with a bunch of different regional powers involved.
Yeah.
And this incident kind of raises questions about Israel's strategic interests and how this action like aligns with their broader foreign policy goals.
Yeah, it feels like a layer of complexity that, most people might not realize is even there.
Right.
So, for our listeners who are maybe just hearing about this for the first time, what's like the key takeaway? Why should they care about this thing that seems like it's happening way over there in some far off corner of the world?
Well, because it's not just about Yemen, right? Yep. It's not isolated. Like we've been talking about, this event just like pulls back the curtain and shows how complex global politics and humanitarian challenges actually are. And it reminds us, that even seemingly distant events can have like these ripple effects across the entire world that ultimately, end up impacting all of us.
It also just like, I don't know, maybe emphasizes the importance of like not just reading the headline, but actually digging deeper and really trying to understand all the things that are happening behind the scenes.
100%, yeah. I mean, this one news snippet is like a little thread.
Yeah.
And when you pull on it, it just unravels this like whole tapestry of interconnected global issues. And it begs us to ask, like, how do events like this shape international relations and humanitarian efforts? What are the long-term consequences?
I don't know. I think it definitely leaves me with a lot more questions than answers
Yeah, me too.
and a renewed sense of urgency to like stay informed. I think that's the beauty of these deep dives, right? We start with what seems like just a tiny piece of information, but it just opens up a whole world of knowledge to explore.
Totally.
So keep diving, keep questioning, and keep learning.
Until next time.
Absolutely.
Bye. See ya.